Blog Talk Radio.
Oh, good Saturday morning, everyone. Excuse me, this is Linda in Buffalo, New York, and welcome to the Optimize My Life show brought to you by the Hope Collection. And we're happy to be with you today, even if it's just a little half hour. This is the weekend review, and it's just a time to touch base, to talk about things that have happened in the past week and things that are going to be happening in the coming week. So this is something on Saturday morning, just from 9 to 9:30. But during the week, Monday through Friday, noon to 1 p.m. Eastern Time in the U.S., we have wonderful shows every week. Monday is Hometown Heroes, and Mary Stanley interviews so many interesting people. In fact, coming up in December, we're going to actually hear from Santa Claus. Santa Claus himself will be on, and he is just wonderful. Mary was able to get him on last year, and so we'll let you know what dates, and so the kiddies can listen in. But then Tuesday is Travel Tuesday with my husband, Ron Clayton, who's the president of the Hope Collection right now, and Rick Reese from South Carolina, the travel industry and the travel, the opportunities that you have in life just to travel. And so that's always exciting. And Wednesdays, I host Beth Wyman, who is a registered dietitian and a nutritionist, and she has so much information, and she has just science-backed but fun ways of just staying healthy, watching what you eat, knowing what's best to eat. And so that's really exciting. Excuse me. Saturday morning, I always seem to have a frog in my throat. And then Thursday is Bob Oakley from New Jersey, and he talks about family matters and housing. Friday, we have the pleasure of hosting the founder of our sister charity, the Golden Rule Society, and Captain Len Kane. And he's so exciting to hear from. He is the original Top Gun. He was a naval pilot, and then also afterwards a commercial airline pilot for Southwest Airlines. And he has been nominated 5 times for a Nobel Peace Prize for his work with the Golden Rule Society. So that kind of rounds out the week on the noon calls, and there's other calls during the week for different organizations that take advantage of this platform from the Hope Collection. But today, I just want to welcome you to the show if you're listening in. Excuse me. I just want to talk about just a couple things. For one thing, in the States, we had an election in the past Tuesday, and which we do for the president and for the members of the Senate and the House of Representatives every 4 years. And it's always usually a very closely fought battle. We're just thrilled that the candidate that we believe in actually was very, very, very successful, not only with the presidency, but also with the Senate and the House of Representatives. So it's going to make some wonderful changes in our country in the coming years. Excuse me, my throat is just one of the things I'm going to be talking about during this show, actually, is because it's coming to get to be flu season, and I don't believe I have a flu. I feel fine. It's just my morning excuse me, my morning frog in my throat, as it were. I see somebody has joined us. And good morning. How are you today?
Good morning.
Good morning. I was just saying that I have a frog in my throat this morning, and I just
Prove it.
Yeah, I know. And it's funny because one of the things I was going to be speaking about today, coming into flu season. Somebody else is joining us. So, but well, hello, Bob Oakley. How are you today?
I'm doing great, Linda. Thank you. How are you?
Wonderful, wonderful.
Good
So
morning,
say hi to
Robert.
Ralph, who's also on. And it's funny because I just went over the giving you guys all credit for the I gave what the noon shows for the week are going to be, and so that's I'm glad you guys are on because since I just mentioned your name, I'm for both of you. But we also had talked about how the week in review, and we're just reviewing last week, and just the fact that we had an election, a presidential election here in the United States. And Bob, I'm going to just mute you for a couple minutes since we have a lot of background noise. Okay?
Okay.
But I just want to. Here in the States, we did just have a national election, which is always so exciting. And it's just one of those times that we can just, the country gets to speak its mind, and which it did quite soundly this time. So, but we just want to, recognize that. And then also recognize Monday is Veterans Day, and keep in mind of the people in your life and others that are in the service right now. Also, all the veterans who have served for our country. Keep them in mind. I know on Veterans Day, it used to be called Armistice Day, and I can't remember why. I was going to look it up. I guess that is, when at the end of a war. But right now, we're just recognizing our veterans. I heard a speaker yesterday that said, don't only just ask, thank a veteran for their service, but ask them. Tell us your story. Where did you go? What did you do in the service? Them for their service. But that's something to. I know we always had the poppies, and they're not as prevalent in the States as they used to be. But it started with the poem in Flanders Field, "The poppies grow among the crosses, row on row." Just remembering the sacrifice that our men and women have given for this country over the centuries. So, but one of the things I did want to talk about today was, with your busy work and home life, most people don't have time to be stuck in bed fighting the flu virus, and it's getting to be that kind of year, right now with the changing seasons, people tend to get colds and flus, and so I have some tips to help you stay safe this flu season and cold season. The number one thing is stay home if you're feeling sick. Which sounds, makes perfect sense. But if you're not feeling well, the best thing you do is to avoid close contact with people. Stay home. Don't travel unless absolutely necessary. And this includes running errands or going to work or even going to school. And think about that. If you really have the sniffles and are coughing, please don't go grocery shopping and cough and sneeze all over the produce or anything. The early symptoms of flu can vary from person to person, and sometimes they might be easy to discount. If you're feeling run down and think you might be coming down with something, take precautions, stay home if you can. Early flu symptoms might include any or just one of the following: fever, body aches, a mild cough, sore throat, headaches, runny nose, or just feeling more tired than normal. If you have symptoms, talk to your doctor. They might recommend getting tested so you can confirm the flu and take an antiviral if recommended. Wash your hands. It's so simple. You'd be surprised how something as simple as washing your hands can help in your quest to stay healthy. In fact, consistent hand washing can prevent 1 in 5 respiratory illnesses, like the flu or a cold. And when washing your hands, it seems silly that we even have to say this, but use running water, apply soap, and fully lather your hands, including between your fingers, under your nails, and the backs of your hands. And don't rush. Scrub your hands for at least 20 seconds before rinsing. And 20 seconds really isn't that long, but it makes such a difference. I just remember seeing a show, a documentary, how in the 1800s and earlier, it never occurred to doctors that washing their hands might make a difference in spreading germs. It sounds so basic now, but it's so important. And sometimes, we just might dip our hands under running water as we're running out. It really, especially in cold and flu season, just take the time to use some soap. Avoid touching your face. Germs from the flu spread more easily if you touch something contaminated than touch your eyes, nose, or mouth. So if you hadn't had a chance to wash your hands, make sure you don't touch your face. And let me hear. Cover your mouth and nose. And that's kind of simple to think. If you're going to cough or sneeze, please cover your mouth and nose with a tissue. And don't cough into your hands and then try touching anything. It just sounds so basic, but unfortunately, it's something that we really should just keep in mind. Get plenty of
some
rest.
very good advice, Linda, about washing your hands and touching your face, and just some very, very good advice for people to spread to keep from spreading those germs.
Yeah. We don't. Sometimes we can be just a little lax in things, and stay hydrated and get enough rest. Now rest, and this is what I'm finding out. I have been, since I retired, I had become kind of a night owl, and I'd be in my craft room and doing things, and then getting to bed like at 1 o'clock in the morning, and so I'm making a concerted effort to be in bed no later than 11, and it's a habit. But getting 7 to 9 hours of sleep every night can help your immune system fight off illnesses better. So going to bed and getting up at the same time every day, get your body used to good habits. And staying hydrated helps you fight off the flu bug. Drink clear fluids, including lots of water, to help your blood circulation. And it keeps your nose and throat moist and loosens that mucus. As I say, as I'm here with a frog in my throat, because I haven't had anything. I got up about some after 8, and then I realized I haven't had anything to drink yet, and I'm sure that's why I'm have that frog in my throat. But eating healthy, A balanced diet helps all your cells function better, including your immune system. Vitamin C, vitamin D, iron, protein are all important for a well-functioning immune system and body. So don't eat a lot of ultra-processed foods and refined sugar, but eat more vegetables, whole grains, nuts, fruits, lean protein. Exercise regularly. This I thought was interesting. Staying physically active can boost your immune system to help fight off bugs. Regular exercise can help your blood circulate more, which carries all those white blood cells and antibodies. How about that? And so, there's so many benefits of exercise. And it lowers stress hormones.
We started a program of walking every day. It's very important to walk a couple of miles every day, and it keeps your joints working, and it keeps your blood flowing, and it's very good for your whole system to do some sort of exercise every day.
Exactly. Even a small amount of moderate exercise, like walking 20 to 30 minutes a day, biking with your kids a few times a week, playing golf, or attending cardio classes. I was so proud of Ron yesterday. We had gone to Wegmans, which is a very large supermarket in Buffalo, and he when he wasn't feeling well, he would take that little electric cart, but now he's walking through the stores and holding on to a shopping cart, but walking, and that's really one of the best things for you is as simple as walking. So I'm so glad you and Flo are doing that, because just getting out walking is so important.
Absolutely.
Yep. The one thing here, it says avoid close contact with people who are sick. Well, of course, but it was funny. We had gone to the doctor. Ron had he's had a chronic ear infection, and so he's on new medication again, a stronger one. But we had gone to the doctors, and there was a sign, if you're feeling sick, please do not come in. Well, wait a minute. The reason you go to the doctor is because you're feeling sick. So it was kind of, what on earth does that mean? But, if you have to visit the doctor's office, that's where you're most likely to be around people who are sick. So take extra precautions. Don't touch your face, and use a hand sanitizer. Excuse me. And disinfect surfaces at your house. Flu prevention includes healthy action at home, too. Make cleaning and disinfecting surfaces in your home a habit. It's especially important if somebody in your home is sick. And think of, you think of countertops, but don't forget, your computer keyboard, your cell phone, doorknobs, light switches, stair railings, wash your bedding and blankets and sheets and any clothes that a sick family wore while they were ill, of course, and a bathroom, of course. Some of these are just so common sense. Of course you would do all of this. But I thought this last one was interesting. Manage your stress levels. Managing your stress can help stay healthier whether you're sick or not. Of course, this isn't as easy as it sounds. Start out with a few small techniques that can help lower your stress. Consider meditating, praying, exercise, spending time with friends, a hobby you find calming, or even mindful breathing techniques. But there's no surefire way to guarantee you won't catch the flu. These measures can do a lot to help keep you and your family healthier during the cold and flu season. And of course, if you do get a flu shot, we've gotten flu shots every year, and so it's one of the things, and they're so easy to get. You don't even have to go to your doctor's office, actually. because even our local grocery store and drugstore have the flu shot if you're interested in that. And it's just one of those protections. I know they called me from my mom's nursing home and asked me, should we give her the flu shot? And I said, yes, because we've always gotten the flu shot in past years. And she's always gotten them. So I know her body reacts fine to it. So I told them, yes, go ahead and give her the flu shot because we have done that in the past. So, so Bob, I'm happy that you said that you and Flo are walking, and it's just a simple but so important way just to get your exercise in. You don't have to go to a gym. You don't have to buy all this exercise equipment. Just take that walk for 20 minutes or so. And even if you do it every other day, you're still doing something, and it's important.
You don't even have to go outside to do it. I mean, it's better if you go outside, but you can do exercise in the house. I used to do a stair exercise where I'd walk up and down the stairs several times, and then I would walk around the rooms in the house. You can exercise that way. Even sitting on a chair, you can do exercises. Lifting your legs and stretching them and in your arms.
The chair exercises are super.
Yeah.
I do on YouTube. It's called Walking in Place, and it's a 20-minute workout. And it's basically, just walking and then kicking and then walking, and it's a wonderful, simple workout. And you can do it longer. There's more complicated ones. The chair exercises are really, really good. There's a whole, on YouTube, there's a whole regimen of just chair exercises. So there's really...
Absolutely.
Yeah, and it's getting your heart beating. I know as a secretary for, how many years did I work? 55, 60 years that I worked. As a secretary, basically I was sitting all day. And it really is, and so now that I'm home, I've retired, I find myself sometimes getting into the habit, especially since I do crafts, of sitting. So I have to make sure that I get up and walk. And so that's why I was so proud of Ron yesterday. He's walking more and more for longer periods of time. He walks slow, because of the stroke and the knee replacement, but he's up walking. And so it's so healthy for us. Now we're here in the Northeast, and it gets a little chilly out. During the summer months, we have a wonderful, beautiful park nearby that we like to visit. But like today, we're going to be going out. I need to be someplace by 10 a.m. So we're getting ready to head out when this call's over. But again, just when you had said about just walking even in the house, I realized just vacuuming. Think of something as simple as vacuuming, but do it and think of like holding in your stomach muscles, pushing back and forth with your arms, switch arms. I mean, it sounds so silly, but things that you're doing anyways, besides running up and down the stairs or even walking up and down the stairs. You don't even have to run. We have 5 stairs in our back hall, and Ron does that. He'll practice just going up and down the stairs, just keeping those leg muscles going. And so something as simple as, you don't have to spend thousands of dollars on exercise equipment. In fact, his doctor doesn't want him to use like a exercise bike or anything. He wants to have the walking and the with how did he put it? He wants him to have his use your weight just to walking really. I can't remember how he had put it now, but just doing something as simple as walking, but doing it, and so weight bearing. That's what it was. Weight bearing exercise. Whereas with a bike, you may be pumping your legs, but it's not your weight bearing, and so that's why walking is so important. So I'm so happy for you and Flo doing that.
Yeah, I was going to mention that I think you talked about vitamins, but it's very important to take regular vitamins every day because we don't get enough vitamins and minerals in the food we eat, and so it's important to supplement every day. One of the vitamins that I take, and my wife takes every day, it's a CoQ10. That's an enzyme. And every single cell in our body needs CoQ10. And the older we get, the less your body produces it. So it's important to supplement with all types of vitamins and supplements and enzymes and those kinds of things. And you mentioned C and B, C and D. Those are critically important to our bodies. So it's important to take a regular daily
if you're not
supplement.
eating all the fresh vegetables that you should be, and that's one of the things too. Sometimes we like grab a salad thinking we're getting all the vegetables, and no, we really have to, and so that's why making sure, like we just bought bag of oranges and just making sure that we're eating those and the apples and just as many I just realized I brought strawberries home yesterday when we were out grocery shopping. I need to I think I'll have a bowl of my Honey Nut Cheerios with some strawberries on them for breakfast right now. So but our call ends in just 2 minutes, but Bob, I really want to thank you for being on and contributing. It always makes the Saturday show, which is
there's
really
one thing I want to mention yet.
Go ahead.
Monday tomorrow, or Monday is Veterans Day, and you mentioned about talking to veterans especially on the holiday, but all the time, keeping in contact with veterans that we know. On Monday, I'm taking two veterans to a luncheon, and we're gonna talk at a veterans luncheon, and it's very important to reach out to people because they've given up their life to their service to our country, and it's very important to do that. And the other thing I want to mention is about the election. It's also important to help out at the elections because I worked at the general election this year, and it was a long day, but it was very, very worthwhile because I was able to connect with a lot of people that I know, and I spent 15 and a half hours on Tuesday working in the polls, and but it was a very, very tiring experience. But it was also, to me, a very, very important to just do something for our community. You know what I mean? And so
Yes.
I'm going to continue working there twice a year at the elections, and so it's just very important to do that.
Excellent.
Contribute to our community. You know what I mean?
Oh yes, definitely. When we walked in, it was so nice. The one worker said, "Hey, it's the Claytons." You know, it was we just had the whole process, and then the election. We never got to sleep until 3:30 in that Wednesday morning because we were so excited watching the results and the returns. So it was so much fun. Well, our time is up, and 3, 2, 1, and we're going to be cut off. So thank you, Bob. Don't forget Monday through Friday, Blog Talk Radio, noon to 1 Eastern Time.
Absolutely.
Okay. Bye.
Thank you, Linda, for doing this every Saturday morning. It's a wonderful accomplishment that you do, and say hi to Ronnie, and we love you guys. Take care. All right.
Yes. Say hi to Flo. Bye.
Bye.